Welcome to this mini course on my personal learning theory, Interdisciplinary Cooperative Learning. The theory combines a broad interdisciplinary approach to curriculum development and teaching with cooperative, student-based learning, in which the teacher serves as a guide to learning, integrating extensive online technology and other media to supplement in-class instruction. As defined by Heidi Hayes Jacobs, an interdisciplinary approach applies methodology and language from more than one discipline to examine themes, issues, problems, topics, or experiences. The approach, as described by Jacobs, should not be an all-or-nothing proposition, but is most successful when used in combination with other design options, such as a more traditional discipline-based approach or a parallel method in which lesson themes correspond to lessons in the same area in other disciplines. That said, given the benefits of an interdisciplinary approach, my personal learning theory would bring the approach to the forefront of curriculum development and my teaching method. The benefits of interdisciplinary learning are significant, as highlighted by Alan Repko and other researchers. The approach can help students develop their critical thinking and advance cognitive development, help students uncover preconceptions and recognize bias, and better tolerate or even embrace ambiguity. It can also facilitate what L.D. Fink just terms significant learning, which occurs when meaningful and lasting classroom experiences occur. Lastly, interdisciplinary learning more accurately reflects the real world for students. The National Council for Teachers of English concluded that educational experiences are more authentic and of greater value to students when the curricula reflect real life, which is multifaceted rather than being compartmentalized into neat subject matter packages, supporting the use of an interdisciplinary approach. In my own field, history, interdisciplinary learning can provide a much more comprehensive, varied perspective on historical themes, from the specific, for example, the Civil War or World War I, to the expansive, for example, the history of the world, starting with the Big Bang. Jacobs quotes Ravitch and Finn, who argued that the memorization of dates and facts, or the identification of wars and political leaders, though these have their place, properly conceived, history includes the history of ideas, cultural developments, and social, political, and economic movements. I would also add it includes the sciences and technological developments. It includes the evolution of diverse cultures and the changing relationships among peoples, races, religions, and beliefs. The Big History Project expands the study of world history back to the Big Bang over 13 billion years ago, and it combines the study of astrophysics, chemistry, geology, biology, history, and various other subjects into a comprehensive approach to studying history. The course is being taught in over 1,800 schools now and is presented by teachers using online videos and other materials. Project-based learning opportunities are provided through the course, and I hope to utilize resources available through the Big History Project to augment courses I teach in the future, or ideally to bring the whole course to a school. Cooperative learning, defined as a structured learning experience that brings students together in small groups to achieve a common goal, provides multiple benefits to students, including improving conceptual learning and creative problem solving, increasing oral language skills, and strengthening interpersonal and group work skills. Combined with an interdisciplinary approach and with the use of technology that students can relate to and are comfortable using, I believe a learning and teaching approach that provides students with cooperative, peer-driven learning opportunities, including teacher-facilitated peer teaching, will best prepare them for the demands of the 21st century. The interdisciplinary cooperative learning approach includes the following elements: co-teaching with 2 or more teachers, team teaching broad interdisciplinary courses and/or units, a student-centered approach reinforcing the interests, skills, and learning styles of each student work on group projects and presentations with guidance from teachers and facilitators, the infusion of technology utilizing online and other video media embedded in teacher presentations to augment instruction, the use of field trips with instruction taking place as much as feasible during the whole of the visit, for example, having lectures and discussions while traveling to the site and having guided tours by site specialists to ensure the maximized learning, and also an inclusive, supportive learning environment. The interdisciplinary cooperative learning theory addresses various learning and cognitive elements of constructivist and experiential learning theories, and also addresses Howard Gardner's multiple intelligences theory. The constructivist or experiential theories place students in an active role in constructing their own learning, a central element of interdisciplinary cooperative learning. The following are specific elements of constructivist theory that are also addressed by interdisciplinary cooperative learning. Social learning. This is learning through interaction with adults, teachers, and other adults in the school and wider community. And peers. With cooperative learning, students are exposed to their peers' thinking processes, which allows for a broader learning experience. The zone of proximal development. This is a range of tasks a child may not be able to do alone, but can do with assistance. This stretches the capacity of students to do more complex or complicated tasks. Teacher-assisted projects reflect this concept. Cognitive apprenticeship is a process by which a learner gradually acquires expertise through interaction with an expert, an adult, or more advanced peer, and allows for a maximum amount of interaction between peers and students and teachers. Mediated learning, or scaffolding, allows for the assignment of more complex tasks and provides support in carrying them out, individually or in cooperative teams. It supports projects, simulations, and exploration of community. Gardner's theory of multiple intelligence is also addressed by interdisciplinary cooperative learning through the use of multiple disciplines and teaching approaches in addressing an overall theme or topic. By ensuring that a range of approaches are used in any given unit, all intelligence types can be represented, from verbal linguistic with lectures and reading, to visual with video online media materials, to musical rhythmic with music from historical periods or spoken word documentation. The use of an interdisciplinary approach to teaching subjects is the most important big idea in interdisciplinary cooperative learning. The approach allows for a more comprehensive, broad understanding of topics than the one discipline approach provides. By integrating multiple disciplines and perspectives into lessons, units, and/or courses, teachers, individually and/or as co-teachers, can identify relationships between the disciplines. As Heidi Hayes Jacobs writes, interdisciplinarity does not stress delineations, but rather stresses linkages. Students can gain the following benefits from an interdisciplinary approach: improvements in cognitive and learning skills, deeper understanding of subject matter, and improved problem solving, especially in transferring knowledge across disciplines, and the ability to make connections between contexts that at first seem quite separate. It is these benefits that make interdisciplinary teaching so important an approach to teaching. The main elements in interdisciplinary cooperative learning are the use of an interdisciplinary approach in developing curricula and unit plans into teaching lessons. Teaching can also include co-teaching with two or more teachers teaching a lesson and/or course. Empowering students with a cooperative learning approach and having students work in teams and using student-driven discussions with teacher facilitation. And the use of technology, such as embedded videos, virtual tours of relevant sites, online simulations and educational games, etc., to augment lectures, discussions, and team activities. The interdisciplinary cooperative learning theory is most compatible with constructivism, for example, Piaget and Vygotsky, experientialism, for example, Dewey and Kolb, and Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences. Constructivist learning theory is premised on the idea that learners must discover and transfer information if they are to truly internalize it on their own. The cooperative learning and field trip elements of interdisciplinary cooperative learning in particular are relevant to both constructivism and experientialism. In addition, interdisciplinary approaches, as discussed, can also provide students with opportunities to develop alternate perspectives on subjects, which can lead to increased abilities to transfer knowledge. And, as discussed, the interdisciplinary approach within interdisciplinary cooperative learning allows for multiple intelligences to be represented in any given lesson or course. Yes, interdisciplinary cooperative learning provides an approach that encompasses a range of learning styles, allowing for the interaction of all students in the class. The interdisciplinary approach presents a range of topics, each of which will connect with each student's interests and learning styles. For example, not all students will be interested in lectures and/or discussions on topics, but will connect with video presentations, musical presentations, etc. Interdisciplinary cooperative learning provides for an interactive, social approach to learning, with students working in teams to discuss issues, answer questions, and develop presentations. Students not only learn about the subject, but develop cooperation and interactive work skills that will serve them in the workforce after school. The use of online video and other media also appeals to today's paradigm of learners who have grown up online, using computers and smartphones for entertainment and communication. The use of technology is a given, which comes naturally for today's learners. Approaches already discussed that will be used to deliver academic content within the interdisciplinary cooperative learning approach include a cooperative learning style in which students work together in groups, either short-term groupings or longer-term base groups, to discuss topics, answer questions, and develop projects, presentations. Extensive use of technology, including embedded video and online materials to augment lectures and discussions, will be used. The format and understanding by design approach to lesson planning will also be utilized in the interdisciplinary cooperative learning approach. Both provide a more inclusive approach to delivering content by presenting material in a range of styles, with each appealing to different learning styles and the multiple intelligences of students. Lastly, providing a broad, inclusive, and supportive learning environment will be central to interdisciplinary cooperative learning. Without such an approach, meaningful and impactful learning becomes harder to achieve. Thank you for watching this mini course on interdisciplinary cooperative learning.